Hello friends, welcome to the MOOCs on Entrepreneurship Development. We are into the module number 3 and this module is on opportunity sensing and scanning of the environment. This is the first video in this module. The contents of this specific presentation are business opportunity sensing, how to sense a business opportunity and then scanning the environment. Let me start this video with a small case study. The person on your screen is Mr. Karsan Bhai Patel. He is the owner of the Nirma, the one who started Nirma basically. I was reading his biography in one of the books. It was written that Mr. Patel is basically a BS in medical and he was working as a pharmacist or a technician basically in a company. And then he left that company in a private sector and they joined the government sector. He was working in the government sector for some time and he wanted to set up his own business. So then he thought of what I can set up basically. So then he looked in the market, that in the market there are people who are using this the washing soap. The people who belong to the middle class, lower middle class, poor people, they are using that washing soap for washing their clothes. But the people who are rich or the upper middle class, they were using this washing powders, the detergent powders basically like Surf and all those areas. But they were very expensive, they were costing at around 10 to 12 rupees per kg. I am talking of 1970s. So these poor people, they were not able to afford that rupees 10 to 12 rupees per kg detergent powder. So then he said that okay, now let me make this cheap washing powder. And since he was a pharmacist, he was a technician basically, he started experimenting at the backyard of his house and then ultimately he was able to make a cheap washing powder. And he gave the name as Nirma. Nirma is his daughter's name basically. So he started selling that detergent powder on a bicycle in his city, and then he was traveling to different cities and different towns on bicycle only and he was selling. It was very good, the quality was very good, it was very cheap. It was costing only rupees 3 per kg, almost 1/3 of the price, and that is how he started this Nirma. And then right now if you see the Nirma, it is a 48,000 crore empire. It is a very big empire. And now he has ventured into different areas, like he has set up this Nirma University and other different areas basically. But he is a very simple person, very nice person. So you see basically that is how you sense an opportunity. You look at the people, you look at the society, look at the requirement of the people and try to see which are those unmet needs or partially met needs. So there lies an opportunity which you can always take benefit of. So he says, give your customers what he wants, when he wants, where he wants and at the price he wants. So selling will be done quite automatically. This is the marketing mantra of the Nirma. Now the question is, what is opportunity sensing? Opportunity sensing calls for the ability and the eagerness to perceive and receive. That means you perceive, you use your sixth sense or the third eye to perceive the signals and then receive the signals. Then you sieve them and process the opportunity for arriving at a final decision in favor of your product or a service. An entrepreneur searches and identifies an opportunity before working to convert into a business reality. Now the question is, what is an opportunity? An opportunity is the result of interaction between three things basically. Interaction between the need of the society, you have to look at the society, what they want, their needs, the unmet needs, the partially met needs, that is a source of an opportunity. Then the capability of the entrepreneur. Now sometimes there is a need, but probably you are not capable to fulfill that need. You have to see your capability also, your skill, your experiences to fulfill that need, and the resources available in the environment. Sometimes there is an opportunity, you are also capable, but there are no resources in the environment. So there has to be a combination of these three things basically, the need of society, secondly your capability, and third is your the resources available. So this is basically that dynamics of project identification in a pictorial presentation. So there are the need of the people or the society, the capability of the entrepreneur, and the resources in the environment, and then from there you get the technology opportunity. The process of opportunity sensing involves 3 steps. One is scanning the environment. So, this we will discuss in the specific video. The second is idea generation, and then the product identification. So, these 2 parts B and C we will discuss in the next video. So, scanning of the environment refers to understanding of the socio-cultural, people have different cultural inclinations, societal inclinations, you have to see, respect those things, economic conditions, technological conditions, the fashion, and even the changing lifestyle and aspirations of the local people. It is not a matter of just observing the obvious in the environment, but sensing the emerging opportunities. So, when you talk to the people, so something which is not very obvious, something which you are able to foresee basically, to perceive, which normal people they are not able to see, that is very important. So, but sensing the emerging opportunities out of the interaction of such futuristic needs of the goods and services, which otherwise are not perceived by the general masses. So, when a normal person is not able to see that opportunity, you being an entrepreneur or being a budding entrepreneur, you are able to see that potential of a futuristic opportunity. Scanning of the environment is done by collecting information from various sources, and these sources are, and this we talk of the personal sources in this specific slide. So, first we have the personal informal sources like the family members. All the family members, they have a lot of experiences, they can share their thoughts, they can share their different ideas with you. The customers, that means your potential customers, they can also guide you, your friends, your colleagues, the salesmen, you can talk to them, they can give you a lot of ideas. Social contacts, very important, and then the employees of the different companies, similar companies. If you talk of the personal formal sources, we have the bankers. Bankers, they can give you a lot of ideas, because when you want to set up a business or an industry basically, or a factory basically, you go to a bank to take a loan. So, you give a project report over there or a business plan over there. So, the person who is appraising the projects over there or business plans over there, so they have an idea that what is in existence nowadays, what is in vogue nowadays. So, they can give you a lot of ideas. And then the business counselors, they can always guide you. The other sources are the impersonal written sources, in which you can refer to the magazines like different business magazines, journals, books, newsletters, newspapers, and the catalogs. And if you talk of the impersonal oral sources, like orally, so like the trade shows, if you go to different trade shows, there are many trade shows, like one in the Pragati Maidan in the month of November, it is a 2 weeks great trade show over there. In different cities, different states, you can, when you go over there, you see the different things over there, you get a lot of ideas what you can do. The seminars and the workshops, because people come from different backgrounds over there, so they share the experiences, you can identify some business opportunities from there also. Professional organizations, small business organizations, and then the suppliers and the dealers. So, these are the different sources of environmental scanning basically. So, I think that is all for this video. So, thank you so much.